Multiplicity is a dynamic way to display your text as an animated wallpaper effect, ideal for graphic text posters, social media, and many other forms. I'm going to make my composition poster size. Click on the new comp icon. The dimensions are 1296 by 1728, 5 seconds in length. Create a background. Go to Layer, New, Solid. You can use the Color Picker tool to pick a high contrast color. Double-click on the Type tool to create a new text layer. Type in the text. Use the Character menu to adjust the size, typeface, and spacing between the lines. Use the Align menu to center the text in the frame. For this effect, the text should cover the entire frame. The larger the better. Create a simple entry and exit of the text along the x-axis or horizontal axis. An easy way to do this is to make all of your keyframes first. Then adjust the in and out positions at the very start and the very end. I want this to be quick, like 10 frames to enter and 10 frames to exit. Once the keyframes have been laid down, adjust the entry and exit points. The two middle keyframes are going to be centered. You can create your own timing, but mine lasts a total of 2 seconds. Make all the keyframes easy ease by selecting them and using the F9 shortcut. F9 on a PC, Function and F9 on a Mac. Click on the Graph Editor icon. In the Graph Editor, select the Speed Graph. Pull the handles on the keyframes so that the entry slows as it finishes and the exit is slower at the start. You can see the effect of the altered handles. It slows down to finish the entry and ramps up to start the exit. Back in the keyframe view, select both layers, right-click on them, and select Precompose. Rename this new Precomp layer. Access scale in the Transform menu of the Precomp layer by using the S hotkey. Transform the scale by typing \3 into each side of the XY. This will divide the composition into 3 equal parts. Make sure that the anchor point of the Precomp layer is in the top left-hand corner. Use the Pan Behind tool to adjust it. Zoom in to make sure you are right on the correct point. Place the layer in the top left corner. Zoom in and use the arrow tools to make sure that there are no gaps between the layer and the edge of the frame. Go to Layer, Time, Enable Time Remapping. Time Remapping will allow you to adjust the entry and exits of these layers to create a delay effect. Copy the Precomp so that you have 3 copies. I have 3 copies because I divided my layer scale by 3. This way, the 3 layers will fill the column. If you divide it by 5, then you would need 5 layers. Space them out vertically in a column. Make sure the snapping box at the top is clicked so that your precomps snap to a position. Select the keyframe line for time remapping on the second Precomp layer. By selecting the whole line, this will select all the keyframes on the layer. Here's where we will animate our delay. Move the playhead forward 2 frames and move the keyframes forward to that point. Do the same thing on the next layer. Move the playhead forward 2 frames and move the keyframes forward to that point. Now there's a slight delay in the animation on this column. Change the color of these layers by clicking on the color box next to the name so that you can differentiate as you make more copies. Create multiple columns. Select the layers top down so they maintain the same order. Copy and paste all the layers. Select all the new layers and drag the position. If the snapping box is selected, they will snap to the anchor point on the top left. In these new layers, select all the keyframes on the time remapping by holding down Shift and selecting the whole line. Move all the keyframes 2 frames ahead. Repeat this process one more time, filling the frame. There should be no visible gaps between your layers. Now for our last effect. Let's hold the middle text layer for a little longer. Select the middle layer and change the color to differentiate it. Add a keyframe at the middle of the action when it is still visible in the frame, before it starts to exit. Copy this keyframe and paste it later in the layer. Now the middle layer holds a little longer, just by using time remapping. Now I'm noticing it's rushing that exit. So to slow it down, create another keyframe for the exit and stretch out that portion by creating more space between the keyframes.